The sale of the Seattle Seahawks is almost over the finish line.
Yeah. So, technique here. I'm going like that more. That. So go ahead, go that. Now. Here we go.
Kind of like I understood where he was coming from, and yeah, it is what it is. I trust Mike, and ultimately what he's doing is looking out for his guys, for his team, and so there's always a party that wants to compete, better that wants to go out there and go in those situations. Those practices are a lot of fun. I understand that's kind of something that I trust Mike. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Yeah, they. I think there's always stuff. There's something you grab from everyone in terms of this. How you're seeing a stem of a route. Like, I've run a certain route for a long time. Someone comes in and sees it, runs it for the first time the way they see it. Said, you know what? That I never would have ran it that way, but let's talk about it. There's might be something to how you're approaching that route. And so that's cool. And we got guys that are very intentional in that way. They're not just out there doing things just to do them. There's a reason behind them. And so, you're always having to keep an eye on things and having those conversations in our room. So it makes it a lot of fun to talk about. And there's so much.
Yeah.
I think things get. I don't know what the word is. Probably this is not the right way to say it, but things become less. Things aren't as pivotal, right? Like when you're young, every single play holds away the world, and a win can put you in a place that you feel like you can't, like you've got it all figured out, which is the right place to be. And then a loss and a rep can make you feel like you'll never be able to do it.
Right.
But both those things are wrong. But I think as time goes on, you realize it's all a journey, it's all a process, it's all about this build into who you're going to be, and just constantly responding to those opportunities. That ultimately is what is going to write the story, right? It's not the outcome of the moment, it's how you're going to respond to the string of moments that happen. Well, it's pretty cool. I mean, I talked a lot about growing up a Seahawks fan, and eventually learning bedtime was when the game ended, so then the game was out during overtime at all times, just enjoying football. But it's not necessarily how cool it is to come back to the state. I grew up here for 18 years of my life. 18 years of my life in Yakima. Spent 23 years in the state of Washington, and that there's a lot of memories, there's a lot of people that came alongside me that helped get me to where I am today. So it's definitely something, not necessarily a very, very special thing.
Yeah. So.
And I'm excited about that. I think there's a lot of people that are, I think, Jody was awesome in my time here, and I know Mike absolutely loved working with her, and I bet there's also some excitement for what this new ownership group has, and looking forward to meeting them, seeing what their plans are for the team.
Nard is known for saying baptized and chicken. Little South Carolina guy, man, cool guy with some good chicken. I mean, anytime I talk to the young guys, I'm always just reflecting back, just not even Super Bowl, just from where I started, to where I am now. Let me know mistakes I've made, things to do, how you can further along your career early, how you can turn into a professional player early on the professional side. I just try to let them always know, man, it's always room for growth. Even now, I think I can still grow as a player being in year 11. We joke about it all the time, like coming out here, like me, D-Law, and Leo, we always break it down, saying like old guys, just joking around, we just play around. But man, I feel really good. Being around these guys keeps me youthful, man. And yeah, man, it's just been a long road. I'm just thankful where I'm at now. Definitely learned a lot. Look at us, we all still look really young though. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're not like the old guys from back in the day. They look old. I'm trying to pass for like 25 to 28. But I mean, it's good to have them around, man. It's a lot of experience that's in the room. We know how to get to work, and we can show the guys the way how we get to work, man. How we attack the field, how we attack the film, how we attack getting our body right, getting our mental right, to prepare for training camp, practice, meetings, and games. Comes to my mind every time, man. I was just very thankful to come to the situation I was in as a rookie. Having Mike, Cliff, Ataba Rubin, shout out to Brandon Hill. He was here. He helped me definitely a lot. When I first came in, just the coaches and everybody we had, especially like huge shout out to Clint Hurt. It was definitely, how to take care of my body. When I was young, I could just get up and go. Well, we weren't really on our phones that much, but I could just probably like sit around and ping pong table or something, then go practice. But now, I got a whole game plan. I need at least a good hour, just feel good. But no, you just feel better. You can move better. You can play better. I just carry that on throughout my practice, throughout my week. It carries me on the game day.
All right, so there you go. You saw the B-roll, and then post-practice interviews from quotes from Cooper Kupp and Jaron Reed, and I will get to what happened on the field and then the other ramifications. But let's go step back off the field, and that is all 32 NFL owners approved the $9.6 billion sale of the Seattle Seahawks from the Paul G. Allen estate to the Vinod Khosla family today in a special meeting of the owners in Atlanta. So all went as expected. And up next will be the dotting of the T's, dotting of the I's and crossing of the T's, if you will. And then, just as I said, mere formality for the Khosla family to take over. And again, Vanu talked today at the owners, and the owners meeting, and they sent out a press release, and obviously thanking the Allen Foundation, the other owners, also thanking Roger Goodell and his help, and welcoming and saying thank you to the 12s who follow. He said, are the best, and obviously follow, travel everywhere. He said all the right things, and I thought really for me what caught my eye, if you will, and my ears was the fact that he said you were here to learn. Now remember, they do have they had ownership experience a little bit. They were minority owners in the 49ers, but they had season tickets, and I believe their son Neil had those. And really what this is about, I think why this bodes well, is because they understand both of the experiences that you need to be an efficient NFL owner. Now that third, A, they understand the fan experience, B, they understand the business side of it, and I would say 3, as I said, the tradition. They understand what a typical Seattle Seahawks owner is. If you go back to the Nordstroms, you go back, to Jody Allen. I mean, I would say the only one that wasn't, Paul Bearing was probably the only one that wasn't the best of owners. Remember, he tried to move the team out of here, but that never materialized. But, it's been owned by the Allen G Foundation for 29 years, and it's been a stellar organization. So that will continue. They'll make their mark, and that's going to be in Lumen Field. And but will they move the team? No. I mean, they get it. As I said, they're here to learn, and that's what all. Look, you don't become a billionaire because you make rash decisions, and So I rejoice, Seahawk fans. Also, I would say rejoice in what we saw a little bit in practice today. Only person I saw who was limited was AJ Barner, if you will, and but most of the other players were on the field for the 10 minutes that we got to see them. You saw the B-roll of Halani and also Jadarian Price. They both were kind of wrapped up. Which then bodes the question: how many reps, how many minutes, if you will the starters get on Friday's game against Kansas City? I'm sure there'll be some reps. So they've got to get out there. They haven't been out there in terms of a real game. Like, they've had mental reps, as I've told you all week. But you do want your starters to get a rep series or 2, if you will, and then that opens up the battles that are just those tremendous battles everywhere. And we know the wide receiver Jake Bobo goes down. Wintari Foster, that opens up a position there. And Ricky White, those are all positions. These are the players, Torrey Horton, that are going to be battling on Friday, if you will, to try to get to the 53-man roster and also move up in the depth chart. So special teams, look what they play on special teams. Also, cornerback, no doubt. I mean, Trayvon Diggs, Noah Igbinoghene, also is in the running there in terms of not just making the roster, but moving up there. Andre Fuller is another one. We know that the Seahawks are looking for depth at cornerback once you get past Job and Witherspoon, and obviously Bud Clark going down is another, right? That stresses that whole safety defensive back situation. But Sunday and Monday are big days. Sunday by 3 p.m., all NFL teams have to submit their 53-man roster. Seahawks usually throw it about. So look around 4 p.m. We'll all start tweeting and letting you know who's staying, who that 53-man roster is. And then Monday, then the teams also will release their, by league mandate, their 17 practice squad there, and who knows, we'll go on injury or whatnot. So look for Terrion Arnold to be put on that 53-man roster and then go to the commissioner exempt list. I mean, that's really all the cards that's left to play there for the Seahawks. All right, and then that's it for the report. And we have 2 sponsors, right? We have Winners Sportswear in Bellevue. Go see Greg Chapman out there, and they've got all kinds of team gear, from shirts to bags to all those kinds of things. And then also, while you're going out there, if your car needs some work, I highly recommend going over to Tom's B&M Auto over there in Linwood. Go see Shingy. They'll take care of you. And so again, that's it here from the VMAC. It's on and cracking, because as I said, you've got tomorrow the walkthrough, then you got Friday, which is the last preseason game, and then the title defense begins. So from the VMAC in Renton, I'm Osvito Marier.